Welcome. Happy Sunday, everyone. Let me change the gameplay. Oh, and why is that? Oh, I forgot to set the capture. 1 second. And give me 1 sec, guys. This happened last time. I don't know why it does this. It discard subway builder. Give me 1 sec. Let's close this. Subway builder. There we go. Nice. Now I can make this expand it. How are you guys doing? That looks nice. Perfect. I'm testing low latency today, so we'll see how that goes. And let me know how the audio mix is. I'm actually gonna listen real quick on my phone, see how it's sounding. Okay, sounds good to me. Let's let the music keep playing. And I think today we're gonna play on San Francisco. Let me know what you guys think. We can continue where we left off, which I can show you. Let me close out my Google Chrome and see if this error. You need to change the video resolution. Interesting. Why is it doing that? Let's see if I can fix that. Video. No. That should be fine. Let's hop in and play some Subway Builder. I've been messing around on San Diego. You guys can see and hear our London save. Or San Francisco one that we've been playing on the live stream the past couple times, so let's hop back on that. This is where we left off. We made a loop. I think we made, yeah. We have a loop around downtown with a couple routes all around. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes, let people filter in, let the game run. And I think I wanted to extend to the airport today if we are playing on this map. We also have the Seattle map. I don't know if I showed you guys last time. Let's see, where's Seattle? Seattle Live. I rebuilt this all in Light Metro. Yeah. So we have, how many routes? Yeah, we have 4. This downtown one, I'm gonna change this color. Something brighter. Stands out. No, that didn't save. Downtown. That looks good. So yeah, we can either play on Seattle or San Francisco or a different map. Whatever you guys are feeling today. This one, I don't know. Where are we at? I'm only on day 3, so I haven't done much. Compared to our San Francisco one. What are we on that? So many saves now. I've been playing on San Diego too. Just on my own time for fun. Oh, there we go. Needed to load. What are we at on this? 73,000. Not bad. I'm gonna turn my Spotify down just 1 real quick. And how does that change on OBS? Sounded good. Okay. I think maybe extending down the waterfront. Let's work on this. I want to focus on this bubble and see where people come from. Okay, so we're missing some down here. Looks like we can just keep extending this blue line down. What is this? Mission Street. Okay. What about all of these? Let's just do a marquee tool. Selection. All this walking is going to be hard to change because they're so close. A lot of blue though in this area, so that's good. I think we'll just keep extending south. And you can see there's so much. San Jose, there's so many workers down here. Crazy. I think, is this Stanford? This might be, no, I don't think so. Not sure. There's a lot of workers down here though, so we gotta keep building south. What is this? This thing. 23,000. But I want to connect up to the airport. Do that first. And hit some of these demand bubbles along the way. So let's select all of these. And yeah, most of them downtown, and then a lot in Oakland. We're gonna have to build some kind of connection eventually. This bridge though cost like $1 billion. So we need to make some money before we do that. I think down this road makes sense for like the fastest connection to downtown, like an express route. Just following the highway. But if we just continued our blue line, that also makes sense. I think no matter what I want, this is all light metro currently. I want a heavy metro to be the main route down to the airport. And I think that's going to be pretty expensive. Worker, there's residents everywhere. Could you do your UK? Sorry, I'm looking at your chat. Daniel, one sec. Could you do your UK one, please? I'm gonna save that for just the video series and then doing fixes every once in a while. So we could do another UK map though. I can show you guys the other maps if you're interested. Now, let me just save this. And let's go. I'll show you. Yeah, so I'm gonna release all those as like YouTube videos, not do any streams on London at least. But there's Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle. They're not too dense. Like Birmingham I could probably work with. Newcastle and Liverpool might be kind of difficult. Birmingham though is not bad. Those workers are pretty spread out all over the place. It's not too big of a map either compared to London. But I think we'll stick with the San Francisco. We could build in Birmingham though. I don't know. I need your guys' input. It's not like there's a downtown, but it's not too busy. It looks like there's demand bubbles all over the place, which is pretty interesting. Where's the biggest one? Probably over here. Yeah, the airport. And that's all over. Good to join stream. Hello, Zachary. Welcome. I think we'll stick with San Francisco for now, and then we'll, if we want to do a new map, we can. That way at least people joining the stream have some similarity with what we're doing. Unfortunately, the Patriots lost today. That's okay though. The Chiefs lost as well. How do you feel about... I didn't think he sold. He played good. I mean, I guess, yeah. Like, he saw Bosa coming at him and then kind of threw it right at him, but it's okay. He'll be back. I moved to Birmingham from London. There's a place called Long Bridge in South Birmingham. Where are they known for? Oh, that's interesting. I noticed on the, I think Liverpool, there's like a massive car plant. because I was like expanding. I'm early. Hello, Ultimate Peach. Welcome. Welcome, guys. So yeah, like I was said with San Francisco, I want to extend to the airport today, but I want to do it with a heavy rail. So we're gonna need to start making some money. What's our fare out? Okay, 4. And we took this bond last episode. I'm gonna run this at 4 times while people join. Start making some money. See where we could go next. I think keep extending the blue line down makes sense. But these are all light metro routes, so we don't want to go too far. I think what makes sense to me is run the heavy rail through the highway. Hello, Mallow. Welcome. Because that's the most direct route. So we could have it swing right here, it could swing into market. And then come down all through this. Let me look back at the workers though. In this area. Interesting. They're most are over here. Sadly, it's already 11 p.m. in Germany. Yeah, I think I need to make the stream a little earlier. For any EU folks watching. I think going forward, I'll try to go a little earlier. But I had work today and then the Patriots game. So. You can see the BART line. Or is this the Caltrain line? This must be the Caltrain line. Down here. Where's Millbrae? Millbrae's right here. You can see the train path. So maybe we'll follow that. That'd be pretty easy. Hello, Berliner. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I might follow that. What is this to? Interesting. Is there a train bridge there? Or was there one? Very interesting. And yeah, they're coming from all over. I know buildings is end. This is a big map. It's a big map. Let's start building our first heavy rail, I think. And what we can do is we can follow the highway maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to get here. Hello, William. Yeah, the issue is this is all light metro. And I kind of wanted to build heavy rail. At least like one main route. Hello, William. Sorry, that's sick. What time is it in Australia? Yeah, I don't know. Because a station for heavy. Oh no, my game crashed. Oh no, what happened? Oh my gosh, okay. What just happened? Oh, let's reload. Okay, I don't know what happened. Let's see if it does that again. If I hit build. Okay, no, one time thing. All good. Like if I were to once I branch over to Oakland, I think that should be heavy rail. For the increased capacity. And then I think the yellow and red will curve, and then we won't run as many trains. Well, we'd keep the same amount of trains, but we'd extend the routes so there'd be less trains at a time down Market Street. Right here, this is Market Street. And then we can fit our quad heavy down. So something like this, but we have to start expanding first before we fit these in. Actually, what would that look like? And I think they're too close to each other. So we'd have to make sure they're far enough apart. So it would basically run along, but because we would be branching over the water. But this, I can show you guys. I think we'd run parallel for this section. Yeah, we'd we'd go from quad to parallel like right here. And I can show you. This is like approximately how long it would have to be. And it would be around 1 billion. So go deep. If they're next to each other, they'll be the same station. They'll make a station group. But we need to make a lot of money before then. This is all light metro, so we need to wait, make money, and then we'd extend the yellow and the red. Actually, yeah, okay, so we'll extend the yellow, and then we can start building our heavy rail. So let's see, where should this yellow line go? So I'm gonna go into workers. I'm gonna go a very thin marquee tool because we have so many stops along this yellow. Let's say that. And that's gonna give us a lot of the map. But then it can show us where to start building our yellow to. Which I think it's going to college currently. And what we'll do is we'll have our red line come down here to, this would be like South Sunset. This is the Sunset neighborhood. Have maybe a stop or two down here. And then probably maybe extend somewhere. Because there's some, yeah, there's some workers down here. So let's do that. Let's see it. Let's have him turn. We kind of put ourselves in a bad position here. Have this turn. And is this elevated? Or is it? I think it's underground. Yeah, it's underground. And if you guys want to see, we could also start a new map today. I don't care too much. I'm probably going to get off at like 7:30. So we have about like an hour. Maybe we can find the yellow and blue into one. Yeah, we could stick with light metro Mallow. I mean that's and just run more trains. The issue is the more trains I run, the slower the save will get. So if we use a lot of heavy metro, it will not kill the computer. Maybe bring the red back a station and then curve down to cover more area. Yeah, we could delete this station. That's smart. That's smart. Because these population isn't even taking it yet, which they should. Look at that. That's a direct route. Is it? It takes 42 minutes by train. That's weird. Maybe because there's so many stops. Market. Oh, it's because they have to transfer. Because we have sunsets ending right here. I forgot we did that. Yeah, we'll fix that in the future. Let's see, I think my plan was to run a line though, like north-south in this area. Oops, tax as a transfer. We could also extend to Marin. I don't think we planned this one very well. Remember, we might have overbuilt some areas. Let's start extending our yellow down. I think that makes sense. And we could follow the highway. And then maybe could branch off different areas. The blue line's getting pretty long. So maybe I'll bring the blue line. Sorry, we'll have a transfer station here. And then we'll extend the yellow to the airport. That's what we'll do. And we'll see how that works. So follow the blue, will come down here, come down this street, we'll have a stop. How about here? This looks like a good area. And I think we're building in San Francisco. Mate, welcome to the stream. Let's do this. Let's do quad in between the median. And then we'll have it curve. We'll have this curve down somewhere. Come down and then curve in right there. And let me keep my demand stats up. Yeah, this one should be good for this area. Serve this area well. How much does the quad station cost? Let's see. Quad is, so that's parallel, light metro. That costs 50 million. I think a quad costs 75. Yeah, 75. So we could have a quad and then just have a flyover. like right here, because they'll share the tracks then. And then that way we could run one line but split off later if we need to. Yeah, let's do that right here. So we'll build quad tracks. And honestly, all of this should be elevated now that we're out of the downtown. I think we could keep it underground. Let's see. We'll keep it underground. Why not? Build our station right in between all this demand. Hopefully it's close enough. And then we'll build quad tracks to about this point. So let's come right here, build a straight line, and then connect these in. And then we'll have some sort of turnaround there. And this yellow line, I think, should be the middle, not the express. I guess it doesn't really matter because we're not going to use it like that. We'll have this one come in the middle. Bring this one up. So like right there. Connect up. And then we'll have this flyover underneath. Let's see how far. We might want to push this back actually a little bit. Let's see, where can we get that slope in a good position? We need a single track. Too steep. I guess this turn can be kind of sharp, that's all right. And we'll build a straight line down this street and have this come in. And then bring this very similar and connect up. And then we'll just have our parallel come down here. I think right there, and we're gonna have to make like two curves. We're gonna have to make a curve left and then a curve right. And then we could just run single tracks, even though we're right next to each other. Like that works well. We could probably have a better, we can't have much greater return just with this building right here. So I'm not gonna let perfect. One more station, maybe right here. That's kind of close to this one though. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's put that one right here. Right on top of them. On Santa Barbara Ave. And then we can build this. Perfect. And then yellow doesn't really need a station in this area. And then right there should be good. And you could always come down here. There's not too much demand. This seems kind of like suburban. But then once we get to the airport area, I mean, there's so much worker demand from here. And then really getting over to Oakland will help a lot. You can see. So then, and then after this, we are spending 319 million. We could have our yellow line go down this way and then our blue turn around. That could be one idea. Or we could have our blue go into this area. There's just not, I mean, it looks like a lot of demand, but I feel like let's go into just demand. Okay, 1,000. Okay, so there's a ton. These are all 1,000 people. Maybe we have our blue go this way. And then our yellow goes from the airport to... What's up, kid? AKD, how you doing? So yeah, let's have our next station be right here on this street. Actually, you can see the actual station. This is, I can't remember from the little time-lapse video I did. Let's put that one right here. boom. Wait, right here. Oh, and this is all at -9. You can see it's calling itself BART because that's the road probably. Yeah. I forgot what station this is. I'll have one station there, and that's for our yellow. And then our blue can go over here and work its way down the highway. How about? So we have a station on this side of. These are all suburbs though. I don't know. It's like San Ramon. I should build it elevated. Yeah, I think you're right. Since we are in the suburbs now. And then we can always drop it down later. I'll have one right there, and then our next station can be in the median. How about? Right there. So we'll have our yellow go there, our blue go there, and then we'll just focus on getting our yellows to the airport. And our blue's already pretty long, so maybe that would be like the last stop for that. And I'm gonna let the game run just a little slower. And I don't know if there are any workers. There's some workers right here. Maybe we put a stop. Yeah, because these are 700. Let's put a stop right here for them. And we can build this all elevated, and then hopefully I can bring it up somewhere. Probably right here I could bring it to an elevated position. We'll see. So I'll need to, let's see, that slope's gonna be too much. So we'll have the center track, which is our yellow, come out, and we're gonna need to be at -8 on the side. So let me just see what that slope is to see where we have to start curving. So right around the E, yeah, right around the E, we can bring it out at -4, and then we can start curving. And we'll have to do like a double curve to get around this building. And then we can start having, then we can use the existing right away. Like that. And then this one, what is -8, right? This one doesn't really matter. Right there. And it can just go underneath. This one can just go around. And then we can start building parallel. Connect it up, and I want to raise this up to elevated, so where can we do that? Right here we can do that. So right here I want it at -4 coming in. Yeah, let's do that. And what you can do is you can delete. Also, let me know if the music's too loud or it's too quiet. I tested it, it sounded good to me. Tracks cannot overlap. Okay, so the issue is we have to make this -8 first, and then you have to connect them in like that. Nice little flyover. And then this we want to bring elevated. We can just do it probably like right here. It doesn't really matter. This will all be sloped and be cheaper, and then we'll connect this in. And how much is that costing us? 503. Okay. And we still have 2 more stations, and then oh, this is actually our blue line. Wait, no, our yellow line. Okay, I was mistaken. Let's see what kind of curve. Oh, look at that. Snaps right in. Perfect. Perfect little S. And we're not gonna get lucky with this one because we have to bring this one elevated first. So let's bring this to -4, and then right here we can start bringing it to elevated. Perfect. And I can show you, yeah. How much does the game cost? Right now it costs $30 if you buy it on their websites, subwaybuilder.com. And then when it releases on Steam, it will be $40. Because I guess, you know, the Steam tax or whatnot. And if they're trying to get something to work out where if you buy it from their website, you can transfer it to Steam, but they're not very confident, I don't think, in that. So, were close. We were close. Let's start bringing this right there, and then we should be able to connect in. Oh, there's 2 buildings right there. What about that? There we go. A little bit wiggly. So this will be our last stop for the blue line for now. So let's add our crossover. And that's our insufficient funds. So it looks like we probably need 2 more stations before we get to the airport. But what we can do is first select all of these workers. And it looks like a stop maybe here is warranted. And then probably a stop here, because look, these are all workers, and I know they look tiny comparing to the residents, but when you click on them, they'll have like 1,000, workers. All these little dots, and then these big ones will have. This one has 10,000 workers, so you just don't really expect it. This is all industry over here, I think. So maybe we could have a line kind of following the highway to help. This is all industry over here. All of this. So we could have some kind of line. I wonder where these people are coming from. Let's see. Okay, around the area. That's interesting. Yeah, most of them are around the area. So now I'm rethinking. Should we? Oh, that would be dumb. What if Paco, love your videos. Thanks for streaming live. No problem. Thanks for joining. Malo music is good. Okay, music's good. Yeah, 30 US. I'm thinking, should we wrap the blue into here? The blue is hitting a lot of the spots where people are coming from, like right here, right here. There's two up there, and then some of this. First, they'll hit this demand bubble, this one. They'd cross back over, because this is our yellow line. But our yellow line is going to follow the right of way into the airport. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna need to make some more money though. So I think let's build this, and we'll just, the crossovers are annoying. 630. Okay, let's just build that for now, and then we can start bringing our trains further. And then my plan is bring the blue line down, and maybe right here, I'm trying to find the curve, and then right here have another transfer station, and then come down into this industrial park. So yeah, I think it will work. Let's connect up that route. The blue line's already so long, but I guess since they're not slower than the other line, it should be fine. Just less capacity. Trains. And then our yellow line will bring down. And our yellow line's pretty long, but that's okay because it's going all the way to the airport. And then once we start making enough money, we can build some heavy. So we'll see how that works. Is the blue line coming down? Why is it not? Did I not finish it? I didn't save, or I didn't. Interesting. I didn't hit confirm, it looks like. Or I could branch off the yellow. No, I think. Let me look at the demand again. Let me do this little marquee selection, and I'm just gonna assume everyone in this area. Okay, so some down south, these guys will hop on the yellow line. So you can see an existing train route, but I think that's the Cal train, I'm pretty sure. So that could be a heavy rail line. Okay, I don't know. Is this, where is it? Where to go? Or maybe it ends here. This train line right here. You can see the cutout. I mean, it makes sense for me bring the blue line in. And then it's either that or bring the blue line to the airport and then the yellow into this industrial area. Which does make sense because I can take Evergreen and then start running it directly down Grand Avenue and curve it in. And then have the blue line. Let me back out of this. Have the blue line have another stop by the highway, right? Sorry, excuse me, I'm hiccuping. Right here. And then curve in. I don't know. Also, if you guys want to see another city today, let me know. If any of you guys want me to show a city or play on just for a little bit today. So let's do that. We have 43 million. Let's see this, how this extension works. I feel like I should be making more money. I don't know why this map I'm struggling. Last 14 days, I'm making 120 a day, 130 million a day. So not bad, but I think this map's just so big. And trains are looking good. We're getting warnings on 2 of them. Van Ness, okay. Van Ness at Eugenia. Where's Eugenia? Let's let this keep running. Oliver. I think that's a new station, Oliver. Okay, so we're gonna run more trains. That's the issues. I should have built. Can we look at London? Yeah, remind me in 10 minutes and we'll look at the London map. If you guys want to. Loop, Van Ness. Yeah, I think I messed up. What I messed up with in London is it should have been heavy rail. I just shouldn't have extended all the way to the airport. Yeah, wait, let's just take a real quick look at London. Let me save this. Overwrite. Okay, so we built 5 stations, nice. I like this, what they added, the little mini map of your... this is San Francisco. This is San Francisco. Yeah, they added Columbus, which is actually kind of fun because I wanted, real quick, I wanted to look at, Columbus is the biggest city in the US without a rail network, like light rail or, but then I was looking at the map, I'm like, oof, this looks like a tough map to play on. I can pin this and then open construction. I mean, it's very gritty, but William, what's your favorite map? I mean, Boston. Boston's my favorite one. Let's load that London save to show you guys. I'm not gonna rebuild it. My episode 2 is gonna build on it, but I think I might rebuild it in heavy rail and just maybe sim a couple of days to make the money I would need to convert it. Oh yeah, that's no. I mean, Boston's just like a really fun map on this game. I think New York's obviously the easiest to make money on, but I think Boston, I mean, I'm super biased, but I think it works really well in this game for multiple different systems. It's like a challenge, but it's not too hard once you get the hang. Compared to some cities are just like constantly a challenge, I've noticed. And then some cities are just a little too easy, like New York. So it's like that sweet spot. Yeah, so London, this is what I built in the first episode. If you guys did see it or didn't see it, we have the Premier line, which like connected up, what was it, West Ham over here, Arsenal. And the point of this video was more to just show off the map, but then everyone wants me to do a series. So I think I might rethink this and maybe detach it, detach part of it, maybe not have it go south. I don't know. Because I think this is maybe a loop. I have to do research. I do heavy rail and then just start expanding on this system. And then probably disconnect this or make a full loop. Have this purple line be a full loop. So I just don't know if I should do another like episode 1 and just an official episode 1, or the episode 2 should be like episode 2 really quick, like do it on my own time, make it heavy rail, and then start the video from that. So I'm kind of brainstorming. I gotta film it tomorrow and then edit it also tomorrow. So I think it definitely makes sense for heavy, because watch here, I can run it real quick for you guys since I'm probably gonna. It did really well though. I'm like, I was more just showing off the map, but people liked it. I'm very happy people tuned in for that. You can see, watch in a couple of seconds I'll start getting a bunch of warnings. I bet. Maybe not, maybe I put so many trains on, but yeah, I have 15. See, I can't my computer can't handle this, because once we start expanding and we get to like 200 trains, it's just gonna slow it down too much. So actually we're not getting any warnings right now, but you can see, like, I need to fix this and then run just double capacity. So I think I'll restart the map, build up to what we have but with heavy, and then tie it into the story, because I want like a little bit of a story like Boston. I have an idea, and then, you know, continue playing on. So it'd probably be a quick couple minutes, either rebuilding it, showing me rebuilding it, or moving. You can make the premier line into a loop. Okay, where's Millwall? I was looking at different stadiums. Millwall's down here, right? Is it this stadium? I was like, no, this isn't Millwall. This is like a rugby, I think. I'll find Millwall. But yeah, you can see there's kind of like a loop. I don't know if anyone in the chat is a London tube expert. You can see kind of, I mean, there's a branch right here, and then it could curve in. I mean, what's nice is there's so many right-of-ways with this map. And then we could have it maybe go around Canary Wharf. And I don't know what this building is. What is this? This one's very interesting. Have it go around and then kind of like an oval shape. I think that makes sense. And then that would be like my inner ring. And we could keep that as light metro. Yellow South. Yeah. So that's London. We're not gonna play anymore, but thanks for giving me ideas, guys. I think I might also probably, I mean, there's so many right-of-ways. It's very nice. So that's London. That's what we'll do with it. And okay, so we can go to SF. We can do Seattle, or we could do a new map for the next hour and 20 minutes. Good night. All right, see you, Mallow. Thanks for joining. Come by next Sunday. I'll try to do a, oh wait, no, I'm gone next Sunday. I just realized. So maybe Saturday I can do a stream. I'm going on a flight Sunday. A small map, okay. Do you want to do UK or United States? Can I do a, let's see. Can I do a poll? I could do a poll. Or I guess what, we have 18 people in here. Maybe we can just decide democratically. I'm not gonna do Miami. No, you're gone holiday. Yeah, but I'm still gonna be posting videos. I'm planning on recording throughout the week, and then hopefully just editing over, you know, when I'm gone with family. So, and then I'll do a live stream Saturday, and then miss the next Saturday or Sunday, and then be back after the 29th. So just like a week, but I'll still have 2 videos come out that week. If you look on my channel, I posted kind of a schedule idea. Would going forward be Tuesdays and Saturdays, so 2 videos a week, and then I have like 2 London videos, a Boston video, and then some other ideas. Okay, I need you guys to say either UK or US, and then we can pick a city from there. I was thinking Liverpool. Liverpool's like a little tiny though. I think Birmingham, Manchester, or I don't know, maybe something over 2 million, I would say. So any of these cities, they got resorted. Newcastle, I could show you Newcastle. Newcastle's tiny though. We could also do Hawaii. Hawaii is fun. I've been wanting to play on it, but I don't know if I wanted to do a video on it or live stream or just in my own time. Liverpool, Cleveland. Okay, the rule is that it has to be over 2 million population. Where would I even build? Where are these people coming from? Okay. Some straight lines, I see. I could follow this train path to the river over here, or to the sea. Here, I can do, what's Cleveland at? I don't know if I want to do Cleveland. Cleveland's tiny. I'll look at it though. Let's look at it. I just want to see. It might just be too spread out. Some of them are just so spread out, it's going to take forever to get the populate. Like, it's not too bad. Mostly this side. That might be interesting. There's no buildings loaded in, but that's okay. Austin. I could do a poll. I'll show you guys Hawaii. I think Hawaii actually I'll save because I think they need to update it. There's something issues with the census because there's no demand at all in some areas. Like up here, there's no demand. There's people that live here. I mean, there's not no one up there. This one's it's kind of weird. It's also over here. There's no demand. There's tons of people that live over here. So I'm not sure what the issue is because there's only like downtown. Okay. Our options are Liverpool. I guess any of the UK cities besides London. And then any of like these medium-sized cities and Cleveland, how about? And first one to say their pick, we'll play on. Let's see who wins. Liverpool. Okay. We'll check out Liverpool. Cleveland actually looked kind of fun. Now that I looked at it, looked not too difficult. Because those little towns are difficult if there's no demand downtown. So Liverpool. And since we're playing on Liverpool, let me just change the YouTube title real quick. Give me one sec, guys, while that load. Did that load in for you guys? Yeah, you guys can see it. And you guys can take a quick look at the demand. What I'll do is I'll highlight this, and then you guys can kind of see where we're going to need to build. This is going to be only light metro, I think. Maybe one heavy. And if I go to my YouTube live, sorry, one sec. I can change this, edit in studio. Dismiss. Sorry, one sec, guys. Screen finished. Oh, that's my other one. One sec, guys. Sorry about this. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, here we go. I was so worried I ended this stream. It's like very difficult to use this app. Use the YouTube Live. Building in Liverpool. Here, let me make it clickbaity. New maps. Building in Liverpool in Subway Builder. Okay, I'm definitely doing Cleveland though. That'll be next Saturday. How about building Liverpool in Subway Builder? Save. Yeah, I'll give you guys one sec. I can do this. I can transfer you guys over to my Google. There you go. And now we can look at Liverpool real quick. And I have transit turned on, which is perfect. And can I find it without looking? Oh, I can. Perfect. Here is Liverpool. So we have some kind of green loop going on the inside. And then we have a blue line, and that's it. And this blue line kind of runs like an S-Bahn system. Not really, just over here it splits off into 3. Okay, and then our green line goes down to Chester. Interesting. Why is the water all murky? Is that real? Has a heavy rail network. Okay, is that the green and the blue? Where's the main station? Oh, this is regional rail though, right here. What's this station called? Liverpool Lime Station. Okay. What's this station? Hamilton Square. Okay, so this is all underground in the city. Interesting. Also, is this water really that dirty? No offense, guys. Can I look at this? Oh, I can't. Why? I need a sidewalk. Okay, that's not too bad. That's good looking. Where is Liverpool, the football team? Liverpool football team. Football club. Where's Anfield? Okay, Anfield's pretty close. Okay, let's get building. And we'll have this, I can put this open if we need to. The only annoying is all these curvy roads. Oh, sorry, I didn't switch you guys 1 sec. There you go. Also, is the chat working? Okay, the chat's working. Good. Alright, let's get building. Let's... The only issue is, where should I put our heavy rail? And what would that look like? Should I have something along the water? Residents are kind of all over the place. Everton Stadium is on the coast. Oh, I didn't know Everton was in Liverpool. Is it this? Wait, let me go back to... I'm not going to show you guys this because I forgot the keyframe. Everton maps. 1 sec, guys. Where is Everton? Actually, let me see. Is it shift? I have all my things saved. Shift 2. Shift 3. Option 2. Nope. 4. There we go. Option 4. Everton is right here. Okay. I did not realize Everton was in Liverpool. That's funny. And the Old Field's next to Anfield. Oh, Goodison Park. Is that their old stadium? Interesting. Damn, they played very close. Next to each other. Also, this parking lot's too small. Too small. Alright, let me actually close out of Google Maps because my computer doesn't want to run that at the same time. What's up, Forge? Welcome to the stream. I like it. That looks good. Oh, sorry guys. Distracted. Liverpool and massive rivalry. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I played a little bit of FIFA, but I mainly do like you pick like a lower level team and then work your way up. So I don't know too much about the big clubs. I know about Swindon Town. My Swindon Town team went crazy. This was like years ago, like FIFA 19 or 20. And I got Kareem Adeyemi before he, like anyone knew him, when he was like a 16-year-old. I traded for him, or signed him, transferred it for him. And he became our star. I think the rest was like youth club players. Yeah, Forge, we're on Liverpool. We were on San Francisco, but I kind of wanted to try out the new maps that we have. So we're going to get started building. Trying to make a pull out of leftovers. Nice. And only 750. This is a small map. This, because this is the real population, even though it says like 1.5 million. This is the real commuter population. So where's Anfield? Anfield's right here. Oh, and there's a worker. Perfect. There's some working population. And then our where is Everton? Is it? Wait, is it this building? I forgot. It must be. I think it's that. So, let's go to residence. There's not much by the coast, and there's a ton over here. This makes sense to like some kind of light metro. Maybe like, Also, yeah, with Liverpool, look, there's this massive car facility over here, a manufacturing plant. So we're gonna have to think about this in the airport when we're down south. Okay, and airport's going all over. There's not much. See, that's the issue with these smaller ones, is we have to be very more detailed about where we're gonna go. So I'm gonna do this big marquee tool. Dude, where would our... I wonder if we have a stop. We should have a stop directly into the airport and then maybe an extension over here. You can see the rail line goes here. We could have a split off too. I'm gonna do this and see. We have north-south line is evident, but there's no roads or anything. I'd just be building under houses to get up there. Maybe a rail line right here. Actually, I see that. And then kind of a loop. Heavy rail for central to the outskirts. I don't know if heavy rail... I see the line. This is like the regional rail line. But when I'm like looking at this, all these workers over here, I see north-south. That's what I'm looking at. And then one line to the city. Let's follow this road. And then right here, we'll split it off and we'll have one go to the airport. And then that will be a terminus station. Or no, should we just have a circle? I don't know. Okay, so here's the route idea I'm thinking. Where was that road? Right here. So we'd start downtown. And I can show you guys I guess just this one. Downtown, and we follow this road right here. And then right here, we just build under this road. Follow this. And then yeah, where am I? Yeah, come right here. And then right here, we split off underneath to the airport. And then join up to the manufacturing plant. And then after that, we run underneath all these homes. And then we follow this kind of rail line or whatever. Maybe it's a park or something. I'm not sure. There's some kind of thing right here. Here, let's look. Let me do option 4. So you guys can see option 4. Does that work? Option 4. Nope. Control 4. There we go. Google Maps. Let's plan this well because we don't have much. Where is Liverpool? Okay, so there is a rail line. I knew it. Or maybe an old one. This looks like a trail. Yeah, this is a trail now. I can tell. But we're going to use it for rail. So this is... You can see there's a bunch of... Can I go 3D? I can't go 3D. There's a bunch of car manufacturers over here. So we want to get the workers over here. Berliner. What did Berliner said? Downtown light metro loop. Maybe. Okay, what do you think we should do first? Get to the airport or just focus on downtown? Because I'm going to follow this blue line and then split off right here underneath. Connect to the airport. And then connect up to this, like the manufacturing, and then start running up here. And it would kind of look, follow my cursor very slowly through here, up here. And then right here, we could have a transfer station if you want to go directly to the downtown. But then that way, all these workers can get down here. Or we could just make a full loop. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess a full loop makes sense. Full loop. Let's see, what is this road? Oh, it's not a road, is it? Okay, it's there. So it's kind of cut and cover. Great George Street. Okay. So we'll do something downtown, and then this will be our next route, and we'll have a southern loop like this. That makes sense to me. Subway. I gotta remember my whatever it's called. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see the rail line right here. So let's back out of this, and let's just build a piece of it, just so we don't overbuild that route. So by doing that, I'm just gonna build, and should this be heavy rail to the airport and to this workers over here? Let's see how many workers are at the airport first of all. 12,000. Okay. What about this one? I don't think this has enough demand yet. North, southeast spokes. I'm just wondering if a loop would be better, or because no matter what, guys, sorry, it's the screen's I'm going too fast. No matter what, we need some kind of north-south route right here, and then maybe connect up right here. Maybe the issue is there's like these guys over here, and these guys will all get picked up. Everything in this area. Let's do light metro. There's not enough demand. So let's have a station right downtown. And do we want to run? Dude, this is just, UK is a lot different than the US, I would say, in building the subway. If we want to use cut and cover, obviously it's gonna have to turn a lot more. Let me just focus on, I don't know why there's so much workers over here. I'm gonna go back into maps real quick. I want to show you guys this something. I don't know if it's just kind of confused. Control 3. Oh, I have to be in OBS for it to change. One sec, guys. Which I don't like. I wish I could do. Nope. Option 4. This is Boston. When I go to Liverpool, last thing I'll show, and then we'll start building. So I'm a little all over the place. I did have a beer watching the Patriots lose. Where was it? Right here. Is that it? Yeah, right here. There's a huge demand bubble, and I'm not sure why. These all look just like homes. I think it might be this hospital. I'm guessing it's the hospital. I think it just got moved over. So maybe that's what it is. Option 4. Are you gonna work? There we go. Let's get started building. Let's click on that. See, these all over the place. It's crazy. Let's connect up to our hospital right here, and that will be our first station. That way we have kind of a direction. 3 lines: light metro downtown to the airport, a line straight north, and then a transfer center. We need something east-west, so we could either follow the original path or follow this road, and then a transfer station right here down to the car manufacturing, the airport. No matter what, we're gonna have a line from the airport to downtown directly, like along the coast. You can see the cutout, the right of way. So it's really like, what other line, like how are we gonna think about other lines, you know? Build long distance between, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Will's got his hand up. North, south, east, west. Folks, okay. So let's start with our east-west. That makes sense to me. And we'll have it cross the river right here, or this inlet. This is kind of big for a river, more like an inlet. And what is the demand like over here? Is it just residents? Lots of residents, okay. And I want to, real quick, just do this one more time, just to see where our stations are going to be. Station right here. Interesting. But then there's like all this housing over here. How do we capture that, you know? So station right here makes sense to me. Let me click on this hospital again. Yeah, workers right here. So we're gonna have a station right here, and these will all be parallel light metro. So let's do, and we'll do this at grade. Is there enough demand right here? Yeah, I think so. And then next station would be the hospital. And if you guys disagree, just tell me. And I think we should just do all cut and cover downtown. And then all elevated and at grade out once we're out of this circle right here. And remember, I want to connect Banfield, like the stadium right here later. So, and then that can curve in, and this main street, we could have a quad station, and that could feed all of our lines, or we could use it as a perpendicular transfer station. And you can see the existing right away right here, I think for something. Should we run, because we're gonna run our north-south. Yeah, because I want to run north up here as well. There's not many like, I don't know what is going on with this. Okay, 4,000 workers, that's a lot. I feel like there's like empty pockets of demand. All of this is like empty. I'm not really sure what's going on there. There's a lot of workers over here, so we gotta watch out. So I think we'll start station right here. I can see that already. I mean, these are all, yeah, 1,000. So we're gonna build a station right here, and then we'll find out if we'll see if we remember. But we are building a station here for now, and we'll see later on in the episode if we remember that it's here, because I know I want to follow that path. So we need it to go north-south. It's just like, do we have a quad and we branch it off? Like right here, do we have a massive quad that goes north-south? How would it get south, you know? Interesting. Residents, workers. There's a worker bubble right here. Actually, let's build. Alright guys, I'm gonna build up here first, even though it doesn't make complete sense. At least we can get some stations out the way. You can see a station right here. We're actually gonna have to off. We're gonna place this a little off to the side. This chat is so peaceful. Sorry, I haven't been reading the chat. I've just been thinking. This for boxing. Thank you, William. I know you guys make it special. Also, let me, if you guys ever want the music louder or the music quieter, let me know. Or my mic, if it's too sensitive, I can change all of that. I don't really have a good way to test the mic. I kind of have like a setting I've been using, and then I try to keep it the same distance. So we'll have our two stations. We'll have these two stations. Our next station, I don't think until we get downtown. We'll have a station on this side, and this can also be at grade. Right here. We'll need it to be able to dip down. So we'll test that. And then this one will go to the airport. Use mods. I don't know if there's not really like mods in this game. I mean, you can like mod in maps. I don't know any other mods. And I don't know if Mac you can really. I'm using a MacBook for everything. So I don't know if you can, the mods are available on Mac. I'm not sure. I know there's a whole Discord. I never go into that part of the Discord, to be honest. Okay, I'm just thinking. I want to make sure where people need these. When you pin it, it always breaks. So I'm gonna click on these two, and it's gonna bring up all the lines, which I don't like. I wish you could fix that. And these guys are coming. That's the issue. Is these guys aren't even coming from where I've been building. No, that's all right. That's all right. Let me do this again. Yeah, you're telling me none of these guys are going to the airport? It's crazy. What do we want to do? Okay, let me build a south station, at least calm my nerves, and then figure out where I'm targeting. So if we have our central station right here, I think, and then I wanted to follow that one road, George or whatever. What was that? What was that road's name? I can't remember. It's right here though. Station right here. Station probably right here. Because I can see the train route right here. It's pretty obvious. What is the demand? Oops. What is the demand like over here, residence-wise? Where are these guys going? Actually, let me do this. One more. Okay, so station right here or right here. Let's do right here. And then we can infill. And this will have to be underground. This looks like a high school or something right here. Mateus. Hi, welcome in. Welcome in. We are building in Liverpool today. We're trying. We have to be very careful with our initial budget. Already at 160. Okay, that's not too bad. I would double the cost. Because that's how much the lines are going to cost. So. And then we could kind of have like some kind of light rail loop around downtown. We'll figure something out. I'm just like wondering. Okay, so we should have a station on this side and then have a big central station, I'm thinking. I just don't know if I need a quad. I don't know if I need a quad for the central, like parallel. And then this one will just be, what's the foundation depth looking like? Okay, these are all not that tall. So like I'm thinking something like this. Something like that. And so this line will head to the hospital, which is this demand bubble. And then this line will head down here. And then eventually connect up with this one. And then that goes to the airport. Bonjour. I'm French. Hi. I'm Canadian. I'm American. I like how worldly our chat is. Nice. Alright, and then we'll put a station at grade. And I'm gonna do this. It's curving right here, right? How are we? Yeah, it's curving down this street. So I can do -5 to this point. Oh wait, that's station, sorry. -5 to like right here. Make sure you got the right angle. And then I'm gonna bring it up to 0. Oh, actually, a little trick, use -4. That works better. Also, another trick, if you guys are playing, I don't know why, if you guys watch my commuter rail episodes, I was doing this thing where I'd build all the stations at grade, right? So that means you're at 0 elevation. But it also means you're at 4 meters elevation. That also counts as at grade, which would have saved me a lot of time, because when you're building like a station, let me build like a 4-meter station, you can just bump it up to 5 to get over the road, because you have to look, you have to be above 4.5. You can just do this, where I was doing 0-meter stations, so I had to like come all the way back here, and it would have saved me so much time and probably money too. Do you prefer at grade or elevated? Now that I've been playing more, I like the at grade outside of the city. It just saves so much. I mean, you can see, look, at grade or elevated, 0.8 multiplier. That's, oh, you can't even tell because I've built other stuff. But then if you're at a 0 or a 4, example 4, it's 0.3 cost. So saves a lot. Canada here, West Coast, no French beyond about grade 3. It's not bad. Bonjour. mon ami. I can kind of speak Spanish at like a high school level. Yo soy cansado, I will say, in my American accent. I could speak kitchen Spanish. I know a lot of cocina words. What we're doing? I'm sorry guys, I got mistracked. We were gonna bring it to at grade right here. Yes. So I need to curve this a little bit, like that. I think that should be good. And then we can have our station there, how about? And then we'll drop it instantly. And that's a little close, but it's okay. Downtown can have very close stations. Ooh, okay. Why is it doing that? Oh, because we have to drop to 11 to get under the buildings. Yeah. So this might actually be kind of difficult. You can kind of get away with it sometimes. If we did like a 9, saw how far that would bring us. No, that's not going to be enough. I wonder if we did a 9 right there and did like a really sharp turn. And sometimes, yeah, that will let you get away with it sometimes. I'm sorry, what is kitchen Spanish? Like, I've worked in the kitchen, like with a lot of Hispanics. So it's like just like a lot of words in Spanish. That's what I meant. Like carne, pollo, limpiar, clean, you know. So just like all like very basic, like tell each other what to do in Spanish. Is Paris map in the game? No, not yet. I'll be the first one to play the Paris map. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, like food related, cleaning, stuff like that. I mean, I took technically 5 years of Spanish in between middle school and high school, but I did not pay enough attention. This was before ChatGPT, but still. These stations are pretty close. Also, these two are really close. Why did I put one right there? That's not smart. Why did I put one so close? Wait, what? I think that's fine. Yeah, we don't need a station. I like this station though, on this side. This makes sense. Waiting for Toronto. I'd be down to play Toronto too. That'd be fun. This map is very interesting. I hope we can do well. Let me back out of those stats. I think something off. No. Go back to workers. We should be good there. This one should be close enough. If not, we can always add a station. How many people live here? 1,000? I think we should be fine. Yeah, 5,000. I think we should be close enough. If not, we could always put a station. But that's like a quarter mile away. Not even. Let me get off that. And then we can start connecting up these stations. Let's first bridge the river. I think that makes sense to me. And we can just go right next to this bridge. And I'm seeing, let's see where people are working that are coming to this side. And we could just do this. We can actually just do this. Watch this. We can do all of this because I know we're gonna have an east to west route. And is there any? There's not really any. Okay, so we'll run some north-south line to get people to transfer by this bridge. Even up here. Makes sense. It's in year 6 and was so proud. At school we didn't have to do Japanese from K. We gotta do Japanese? Interesting. Is that, oh, you're Australian, right? Wait. Sorry, William. I forgot. You said right. I don't. William, can you remind me, are you from Australia? I can't find it in the chat. That's interesting. Is it because it's so close? Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, guys. We have a north-south line that connects up to downtown. Or like on this side, we have a north-south line. You can see the rail. So we're gonna copy kind of similar what they're doing. And then those people can transfer over, maybe. Yeah, Aussie. I think so. Yeah, I think it's like, I've heard of that. It's like for business or something. Because you guys are so close to each other. I'm probably very wrong, but. Alright, let's start connecting up these and we can run some trains in the background while we think about where future stations should go. And we can start developing our lines. This one, build tracks. Let's bring it to like -9 right here. And then we can start bringing it around. And this one is just going to follow this train path. Oh, I'm going to need to replace this one. This is at grade, right? Well, let's put it at that 4 at grade like I was talking about. And that looks good. And we'll drop this to -5. Something like that. I mean, a lot of this could be at grade, but to save us headache, we can build a lot of these sections in very easily. And sometimes you can even, not yet, get a nice connection in. So that'll be our first line up here. And we'll see how many riders take that. Okay, all this, I do kind of want to save money. So all of this could be 4, and then we can do 5, and we should. Okay, we got a bridge first. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, and this is at 4. We got to be careful right here. Let me just mess around real quick. Okay, we just got to move this a little up. Probably to right here, and it can be a short station. Station length doesn't matter too much. And we'll build. Sorry, I'm missing the chat. I don't have it on the screen. I have it on my phone off to the side. Okay, that's no way we can get around this building. Oh, that's so annoying. I didn't realize that. Maybe this could be our end stop for now, and we'll figure out what to do there later. Let's do that. And this should slope over, yeah. And oh, this is all, yeah, we wanted this to drop down to 4. But I want to keep the speed. My phone's about to die. Go plug it in. At school, English is mandatory. We have to choose Spanish or... Yeah. Yeah, I always had to choose between Spanish and French. So I just chose Spanish because I was in California. So here we have to branch over. 28 people. Wow. That's a new record for us for our stream. So congrats, guys. That's awesome. The more I've played, the more I found you can kind of just get away with a lot of stuff in this game in regards to elevation. Okay, that's not like this though. To build all these little bridges, and then there's no point. We could just connect all this elevated. And all of this, is this gonna connect? Right there. What do we put this at? Is this cut and cover? I'm confused. No, this is elevated. Wonder why it wasn't letting us connect easily. I did plug it in. For me, 1 year of high school is mandatory. Interesting. Okay, so this will be our last station, and then we could send it further north or, you know, whatever. But at least we have a station there, and then we can just connect up these two. And we'll work on this hospital route. And I think this is a -5, right? Yeah. Okay, this doesn't have to be too bendy, which is nice. Keep our speed. Good to see. We will have to destroy that little square. What I really want in this game, which might be too like intensive, is just satellite view. I think it would make the game look a lot better. Maybe some kind of simplified satellite view as an option, like a toggle. I think for YouTube it'd be a little bit more entertaining than just black and white roads and buildings. And satellite view, and then also like any landmarks I think should be labeled with the option too, like a filter. But I've kind of been giving my ideas to the developer. I know he's super busy, so let's bring this over, and we'll have a station over here. Let's do that first. I don't know if the station is over here on this side. Now I'm wondering if we should have a station right here and transfer, because there seems to be a bit of people over here. I just keep wanting to look at like these downtown workers. It's really, how do we get people there? And it's no one in this area, which is interesting. But it's up and down. Like over here would make sense to connect in, but it's up here, so people would have to transfer twice. Interesting. We'll have a south route. How about let's do that? Let's have a station right here and right here. And then we'll have one in this part of downtown. Yeah, that makes sense to me. This part of downtown, swing it over underneath, follow the train line, and connect that up. And that way we can have our two routes going. So we'll build a route right, or where do we want to put the station? Let me just put it right on whatever the demand bubbles are. How about at this park, at this little park right here? Get this nice and even. And then we'll swing that underneath. Oh, we have a building right here. That's annoying. Watch, we can fit it though right in between, I bet. Hopefully. Or we can just drop this down to -11. How much is this building? 19. Okay, we'll save money if we drop it to -11 first. And where is the train line? Train line's there. So I'm gonna do this, which I haven't really done before. Just make the connection first, and then I can go back through, delete this part, and rebuild it so the slope is correct. And then just get that turn in, and hopefully that stays, yeah. Sorry. I missed some chats. I'm sorry, guys. Of course, I gotta go. Bye. Transit Core. Thanks for coming, William. Bolognese. Come back next time, next Saturday, most likely. Okay, so that will connect over. We only have to destroy this building for 2.7. That's fine. And what is our cost at now? 680. So not too bad. Then we'll have an at-grade station. We'll have two on this side. We'll have, I forgot where. I gotta go back to my workers. Select all. We'll have one station in like right here, how about? And then one station right here. So let's put that station. And I think there's a station here in real life, I can, by the looks of it. And we'll put this at 4. Let me redo this. I'm a new subscriber of your channel. Thanks, Matthias. What made you subscribe? The new London video? Or another video? I'm actually pretty interested to know. Interested to see how new viewers are coming to the channel. The new video, I've earned almost like 100 subscribers in the past 3 days. which is awesome. I'm really happy people liked it. Yes. Yes to the from the London video. Oh, my demand stats got unselected. Go back to workers. Okay. So that should capture all of them. And then one station right here, it looks like. Right here. The Boston series. Okay. Nice. Nice. That's awesome, dude. And this can all be at grade. And then we'll jump this road. Did you get recommended like a random episode or the very first episode? Matthias, I've been here since the first video. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I know, I did not expect people to be interested in the game. I mean, I'm sure, I thought some people would like it, but people really like the Boston one. It's awesome. I'm glad people have liked the work I've put into it. Let's get this around. Perfect. Okay, so that's not too bad. And this will be our last station, I think, on this side, because I could do this, though. I could look at the workers in this area. Not too many more. There's a workforce center over here, 6,000. Maybe we should connect up to that. Let me do... Sometimes it's bugging out sometimes. I don't like that. Residents. Maybe we have one more station down here. There's no demand in this section. Interesting. Yeah, maybe we have one more station down south. Parallel to this work. So right here. This will be our last station in the south. Just because all of this is at grade, so it's pretty cheap. Because right now our cost is at 711 million. So this can all be at grade. And then right here, we'll start bringing it up to an elevated. Get over the road. This is why I need the straight tool. It's like a tool to make a perfectly straight line. Because these would be very easy to do. And am I going to get around that box? No. So let me redo that. Gonna have to curve a little, it looks like. And then right here, we got to go back up. All of this can be elevated. And then same thing. This should be elevated to get over the road. And then all of this, you have to drop down one side or both actually. And then we can connect them in. Like that. Perfect. And we'll add a crossover here. And then we can connect all of this up, elevated, and we'll have to drop down when we get a little closer to the city center. This can all be elevated. Gonna be too nitpicky, and then right here we'll drop it down to -4. And hopefully there's not too many buildings. Let's see what... Right here I see a straight line through with not too many issues. Something like that maybe. I think this building would save us the most money if we go through. So we're gonna go down the street straight. And if anyone is from Liverpool or knows of, like, what is this city on this side? Is this the same as Liverpool? This is downtown. Let me know. And can we curve? I want to curve in this. It's not letting me. What about? No. So we'll bring this to -4 right here. And then we'll see what kind of curves we get. Let's see. Can we get something nice? Okay, I'm gonna try deleting all of this and see what kind of curve we got real quick. Okay, so we gotta bring it out a little bit. Is that gonna... Okay, I don't want to destroy all those buildings. So what we can do is you can build that piece and build it like that. So not too bad. And that's what, 8 million? That's Birkenhead on the other side of the river. Okay. Birkenhead. That's a funny name. So that's our first route right there. And then our next, let's connect up this part and then we'll construct. And actually we'll probably add one station east because I just don't want to add the crossover too early. This, I don't know if there's enough demand in between. We have a station here. Maybe a station right here. How about at this road intersection? And then we'll have it curve. We'll have it, yeah. It's like that. And we'll have this come down this street. And let's get that a nice straight line. And can we connect up? Yeah, we gotta bring this down a little bit. Very abrupt, but you're slowing down anyway when you're getting to a station. So that's not too big of a deal. And then let's connect up to this. One sec, guys. Okay. And I just... Wait, sorry, one sec, I'm checking something. I was looking at my phone. The stream's kind of blurry. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, it fixed itself. I use my phone to monitor. And I looked at our subscriber count just now and we're at 790. That's crazy. Only 7 away from 800, or only 9. What is that? Only 9 away. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Let me put my chat up back up. Okay, now we connect up these parts and we should be good. Look at that. Perfect. Connect up this. I don't like that. So you can always just connect a little further up. And we'll add a crossover here for now. And this will be a shorter route. And then for our hospital, I want to go back to the demand and click on these two. Ooh, actually, I want to see, can we include 2 others for a little bit more? It's still... Okay, I wanted to just get it so I could just see the dots without all the lines. So it looks like another station kind of right here would make sense. We have some workers over here, we have some workers over here, and then we can run some kind of a north-south line as well. And then over here, there's some workers. But most of the workers are in the area, I think. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm hoping that it's not going to be like a walking map where everyone's walking. So we'll have our station there. And where was that other work demand bubble I saw? Oh, right here. Maybe we should actually... No, that's not even that much. Yeah, we'll have it down the street. That way we can have a transfer right there. Put it right here. And... oh, we're gonna have some squiggles. We're gonna have a little bit of a squiggle right here. Let's see how straight I can get this. If I do it right here, it's gonna hit that building. Okay, so I need to bring that back a little bit, like right there. And then I can bring it straight to right here. Curve it up just a little bit. And, oh, sorry. And then we'll look at our costs right now. I think we haven't even spent that much. This is definitely gonna be a challenging map. We'll bring this as straight as possible. And we'll actually connect up this a little bit better. That's fine. I'm not gonna worry about that one. That 1.5 million. And it wants to connect like that. So we're gonna instead go around. I don't like that at all. We're gonna drop this down on both sides to -11. That way we can get underneath this housing. And we'll have to go back a little bit. So you can just create a little node right there. And perfect. Same thing on this side. Slope's gonna be too steep. Bring it back a little bit. And some maps, like all the housing or buildings, you just have to be at -11 to get under. Maps like New York, you'll have your building foundation depth you have to worry about. But this map's all green. And you can see, oh, maybe it doesn't. Sometimes it will show, but this time it's not. And same thing with ocean floor depth. The UK doesn't have any, so it's just kind of this bluish color. But you can also customize this color. I can change this to whatever color. Okay, I'm wondering, do we go any further east now or no? I think it's good. Let's start running our train routes. Give you guys some payment for watching. Let's add our crossovers. Let's make sure they all have crossovers, our ending stations. Nope. This one, yeah, we have a crossover there, and then I think we're good here. So here we go. Cost 1.09 billion. Not bad. For a majority of our route. If you guys want to give these names, go for it. I'm giving the E, the A, or we'll call it the Birkin headline. No, because we're not going there. Or we're only going south. But we'll give this A. If you have a different name, let me know. Little diamond, I haven't used that. Create that route, and then we'll give the B. And we'll give that like a greenish. Oh, and I gotta make these light routes, light metro routes before I forget. I get a little water break. Okay, so our A line is gonna be our east-west line. You can just click in all the bubbles, and we'll run a couple of trains, and we'll see how much demand there is for these. Hit confirm. Then our B line as well. Connect that up. And I don't know, this map's kind of small. I'm hoping we can make a profitable system. That's why I was so like intent on looking at the demand bubbles to see where people are actually coming from. And we're out of trains because we don't start with any trains yet. So we're gonna run, I think 16. That way we can have two trains on each line. And we'll run this 221 on both. And probably we won't need that low demand, but we'll see. This one will probably need actually a third train on. Yeah, let's run that, and let's start running our game and see what we're looking like. And we can find our first train somewhere. Usually they spawn at one of the ends. Where is he? There he is. Our little train guy. Perfect. I don't know if we're gonna get any pickups this morning. We'll run this a little faster. Okay, we got our first pickup. I saw it. Yeah, okay, we're getting people. Nice. We have 400 users so far. Nice, and we'll let this run for a little bit, see how it's operating. And then we can start bringing our green line down to the airport. Because we have a ton of workers over here. So I'm gonna select all of these. And yeah, that north-south line I see it, but definitely demand. Hopefully all this demand gets picked up there. Station right here makes sense. Maybe right here. Station right here, and then bring it in. Station right here. Station at the airport, obviously. And then start bringing that through. And let's see, where's our biggest bubble? Our biggest bubble is right there. I want to be right on top of that. Actually, how far is this, I wonder? Let me back out of that. I wonder if I could build it on in between right here. That's what we'll do. We'll build it right here. In between at that at grade. We'll have a station on this side, which I think is all manufacturing. Oh no, it's worker housing. Interesting. Is my interpretation of this layout. Maybe we won't need a station in between these two. I don't know. And then we'll have an at-grade station in front of the airport. How about? And then we can start dropping this down. And bring that probably down this road. And then where's our demand? Right here. We could swing it through, stopping there. Yeah, let's stop right on top of this demand bubble. Or we could have it on this side. Now wondering, where is... Yeah, all of these workers are coming from south, so... Interesting. The thing is with these demand is they calculate your walking when you have a transit path. Let me go to a transit path that is working, where people have like these people. They calculate the walking distance from... Oh, the transit path just moved. What just happened there? Let me click on a different one. Okay, they're not... Oh. Okay, these guys aren't taking... This map is tiny. We're making money though. That's good to see. We have around 1.5% usage. It's not bad. Are none of these people taking transit? What is happening? Okay, these people are. So for instance, these people coming down here, they calculate the walking distance to the station and then the walking distance on both sides. So it's best to just have the station as close as possible to that bubble, because if they have a longer walk on the other side of the path, then if the station's right where they're needing to go, then it's not as big of a deal. So especially with the worker bubbles, it's important to be right on top of them. So we're gonna do that. And anyway, I want to bring it under through this road right here. So I think that will be all right. Where is that bubble again? Go right on top, and this will have to be at... I think we can get away with at grade. I think. Let's see. Not super realistic. Maybe we do 5. Because we're going to have to be at -11 to get underneath this building. And what I can do is just build that right away anyway. With tracks. And then I can see where I can bring it up. To like a cut and cover, which is a 9. You can build that however long you need to. And then build your station. And that's, as you guys can see, right on top, which is perfect. Is this stream, could someone chat? It's been like a little while. I'm just making sure the chat's working and I haven't missed anything. If someone could volunteer. We had a lot of people chatting earlier. I just want to make sure nothing happened with the stream. Let me check on YouTube real quick. Okay, it's working. Sorry, guys. Not to pressure you. I just was confused what was happening. Okay, cool. Just making sure. So yeah, we'll have that come in. And let's pause this real quick. Where are these people going? Mainly to this working bubble. Some to the airport, some downtown. So how do I capture this? Sorry. All of these bubbles should go to this station, I think. Yeah, and then hopefully these bubbles, I'll have a station on this side for them. And this will just run at 5. And is my Chrome still open? Yeah, let me close that real quick. Connect up these two. Oh, okay. And this needs to be, bring it here, connect in. Nice. And I think we'll extend this maybe up here. And then we can have that crossover right there. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I was just making sure. It was kind of silent in the chat, just making sure. What is this? Oh, this is at grade, so we need to remember that. So I think I can continue on. Right here, can I just start curving? Honestly, I don't mind that 3 million. Because these are going to make faster trains, and faster trains are more profitable. So that will be kind of our industry area. I'm trying with girlfriend. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to like make you guys comment if you didn't. If you guys, I just make it sure. Where is our next station gonna go? Also, let's back up. What is how much did we make today? Last 14 days. Okay, we made 12 million in revenue. So definitely gonna be a tough system to make money on. So we'll let the game keep running. And we're losing money at night, it looks like, no matter what. So this might just not be. Let's see, what were we making? Okay, no, we were making money at night. Just some hours aren't too great, but I think you can see these 3 hours we were making money. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we'll bump our fare up. That's one issue. Let's bump our fare up to 370. And let's look at the parking costs downtown, because that's kind of what you want to benchmark. Let's see. Parking costs $5. Okay. So we'll run with like that low 3 just to get users. And this is our hospital. Not too bad. Okay. Some users over here, and it looks like we need to work on capturing some of these guys. I see splitting off here makes sense. And then maybe running a northern route into here. And then having a transfer center. I guess we'd split off here to transfer. I don't know, we can figure that out later. Let's focus on this side of the water first. Let me look back at this one. Okay, all of these, I don't know how I'd capture them, to be honest. Maybe a ring network. It's kind of a weird positioning. There's no like direct route. Like this road right here is direct. So maybe down this way. Oh wait, I'm cooking. Maybe not, wait. Coming down this way. Station right here. All right. Where is this? There's these bubbles over here. No matter what, I'm making a train station this way that connects up to this line. So let's do that next. And we'll have our loop going in. So let me pull up our demand stats for these people over here. For these workers. to figure out where these stations are going. So this station should capture all of them. I think a station right here at grade. I'll pin this and switch over to workers, and then you can keep your bubbles on like that. So yeah, station. Honestly, maybe a transfer station here. Because we're gonna have that railroad extend this way out of the map using the existing. So let's do that. Let's have this elevated right here. And are we still on the City Planner Plays music? Just making sure, yeah. We can always... I want to play other music, but I know YouTube's pretty kind of strict with that with the VOD, so I'd have to figure out what to do there. And this is underground, so we'll have to bring this, keep this underground, and then right here maybe extend it up. Slope too steep, not too bad though. And bring that in. Yeah, that looks good. And then we could have stations up here. So we'd have an at grade, maybe on this bubble. Let's do one right here. I think one right here. And one... probably closer to these guys, actually. Yeah, that looks good. And this one should be moved up to this side of the road. And these all actually should all be at 4. And this one also should be at 4. Like that. Perfect. And then our next station would be on this the main train line on the road right here. And that's gonna have to be elevated. And the other one might have to be underground by the looks of it. Maybe it can be at grade, we'll see. And then yeah, we can see later on where we need to go. Looks like this road actually maybe we should transfer with too, maybe. Let me go to demand stats and then look at the airport, or look at the... Gotta take one of these off. Look at this again. And it's mainly people on this upper road, not the lower road. It's over here though. Maybe we run 2 routes. No, we gotta be smart with this. So we'll leave the opportunity for a station there, how about? But I want to run up here. We'll build a station elevated right here. And then we'll connect up that station with this one. And I guess we could have a station no matter what. Right here. Just got a sound. What was that sound for? Was that... I don't know if it's when someone subscribes. Oh yeah, it is. Matt 2000 subscribed. Awesome. It's cool. I didn't realize that's what that noise was. Yeah, it looks like we need a station right here. So we'll just build an elevated station for now. And then that one, we'll have a route that goes here and then maybe transfers at the airport. That makes sense to me. What's our cost at? 370. Not bad. Connect up this now. Boom. We have to be very careful. Not demolish any of these houses. Whoop. That's fine. And then we can bring it down. Get some speed. I don't know where to put this. Where should this one keep going up to? Maybe the stadium. Where's the stadium? Where's Anfield? Anfield's right here, actually. Right there. So we'll wait. We'll wait for that. Let me see if there's any other workers. Oh, there's a workforce right here. This is where the station should go. Interesting. Well, no, this one will be close enough, I think, to this job center. Looks like there's some kind of building right here, too. So yeah, that should be fine. We could always infill one station right here. Because all these guys are, yeah, coming from this area. So let's connect up that. This can all be elevated. I don't care too much about constantly going up and down. And we'll just get a nice turn in there. And this, maybe we should run. No, this should all be elevated. And then this can be at grade. Once they introduce the straight tool, this will be a lot easier. Because I think that kind of prevents me from going up and down. Or like a city skylines type tool where the elevation, there's a max ramp slope distance. I don't know what they call it, but. So this is gonna cost 500 million. And we'll have it transfer. Maybe we'd run 2 routes, honestly. It makes sense for me to go north first, though. And this will be underground. Right here. And then we'll build up these stations and then test them out. And then maybe end the stream at like 7:30. Build that. And yeah, that's gonna be annoying. So let's build this. And maybe we drop this down to not demolish all those houses. So we can do that, and yeah. Not the perfect turn, but. So we'll have this transfer and then come down here. And then we'll bring the green line. Let's build this and then we can run that. Okay, we built that. That was 620 million. Not bad. And we need to transfer here. So let's add this crossover. And as well as add a crossover to both of these. Just for now, because I think that's as far as we're gonna go today. We'll extend our A line. Right, one more station. And we didn't have any capacity issues, so we'll leave that. Oh, what is happening? I've never seen that. And then our B, and then we'll have a C line, and we can change these in the future. Light metro, create. Bring these down. Perfect. And then we'll remember to stop on the right side of the other station, and we'll just throw like 1 train on, maybe 2. Let's put 2, 1, and 2 and 1. Because these are for the workers right here. And I think the airport actually, let's run a night train for the airport. Both ways. Okay, we have our first train going. And then we'll have this connect up. So that is gonna be, let's look at our demand. Workers, also keep in mind workers. Something like right here. I'm gonna, again, highlight all of the workers in this area. See where our stations. This station, maybe we should have moved a little further. I think what I'll do is I'll just add 1 more station. And I'm gonna pin this and build the stations first. This can be at 5. I think this should be elevated, right? I don't know if you guys remember from earlier in the episode. No, it's not. Huh. Maybe we didn't have an area to elevate it, it looks like. Oh, we didn't. So this still has to be underground, which is okay. And we'll just build this right on this bubble. The next, I mean, there's one right there. Maybe we should have a station right there. One station right there. Or maybe we should start bringing it. Huh. I think we put it one street over than what it should have been. I'm realizing that now. It should have been going under this street. I think right here, actually, we can curve it back through. Let's do that. Does that make sense? And then a station right here, station right here. Let me look at just the residents. By going this, you have to, sometimes it gets bugged. Station right here. No, I think we should head on this main line and not worry about the right of way. Because no matter what, I think we want to keep it at -5 over here. So pin these demand. Build that station right here. And then there was just 2 more, right? There's one right here, I remember. And then I think one at this facility. Let me highlight everyone. And then, why isn't it letting me? Okay, it's pinned. How do we want to connect up this station? Maybe just curve it. And we'll have it behind right here, actually. Because then we can have it at grade. Yeah, and save money. We'll have it like at grade right here. And then next station can be right here on the road. And this needs to be below ground. And I think that will be our stations along this route. Let's connect all these up. Swoop this in. And we got to drop this one down right away. And let's see what kind of curve is looking like. Okay. So I think I can run right in between these buildings. Yeah, I can. I'm gonna fix this turn though. Computer's a little laggy right now. That's unfortunate. Okay. And this should not cause me any problems. Yeah. Straight. Perfect. Rename the airport station. Okay. Yeah, we'll rename them. If you want to give me all the names, let me know. Let's just finish this part. Get our new routes in, and then we can name the stations up. I'm down. Keep this one kind of straight. Okay, we're getting a warning. That's awesome. I guess we're only on day 2. Also, we increased the fare, so that's good that we're getting warnings with an increased fare. Bring that straight. No demo issues. This one will have to curve twice. Get around this intersection. This will all be straight. Oh, you don't want to be straight, okay. Nice, nice, nice. And this one, what is it like? I'm wondering, do we do it in curve? That's gonna be the cheapest option. Or is trying to make a complicated curve to allow for the speed on this route. Same with this one. I wonder if we should... Let me try something, guys, real quick. Let me see if this works. Can I bring this right here through? Boom. Look at that. And boom. A little bit better. That was clean. That was clean. So not too bad. This is going to cost us 400 million. So we'll save some budget, and we'll have our 5th route, or no, this is our B. So we'll bring this B down. And I got to remember, add the crossover to the other side so we don't have any issues. To the right side. Perfect. It'd be cool if the trains ran on the other side, but they'd have to code that. Like the trains would run on the left side. The British way. Alright. And we'll increase this. No, we're not going to need 2 trains at night, but we'll run 3 and 3. See how that works. For the frequency. Okay, and now let's let the game run. What should we rename the airport to? Like just name it airport, or what's its name in real life? Liverpool Airport. And Queensway. We'll name this downtown. I'm sure there's a better name. Liverpool. And, oh, it's this one. Or my typing's on. And then this one was like the something hospital, Royal Hospital, I think, from the Google Maps of what we just did. Not bad. LPL. Okay. We just name it LPL. Oops. P. It's P now. Liverpool Airport. LPL. That looks good. Alright, we're getting warnings. What are we getting warnings on? The A train. It's not overfilled though. We're at 5 a.m. still. Okay, the C train. Okay, the C train's already over capacity. So let's see. There's one running right now. Maybe we bump that to 2. Birkenhead Center? Okay. I'm guessing over here. Birkenhead Center. Okay, our C line is getting used up a lot, which is good. I'll just keep an eye on these. We're not going over. Oh, we kind of are. Are we in our medium demand period? 5, 9 to 6. I think we're in our high demand at 6:30. Yeah. So let's bump this up to 3. And then our B or our A line, maybe we bump that up as well. Or we can just do higher. Let's double the trains. We're gonna have to buy a bit, yeah. Let's do that for that line, and as well as our C line with the increased frequency. See how that operates. The A line's already okay. The A line's filled again. Let's see if that continues. B. Okay, they're all getting used. So let's go through real quick. Let's make this 4 car, and we're gonna buy 16 cars. And let's see if these are filling. Okay. Oh, the C. I thought we made the C a car. Let's fix that. That should be fixed. And let's see if we... Okay, we're good now. Okay, A and B are getting filled again. B is probably we need to get under 10-minute frequency. Rename it to center. Oh, with a TRE. I gotcha. I gotcha. Center. Perfect. Okay, our trains are good. I think they're good. Let's get under 10-minute frequencies though. Let's run 5. And this is our B, right? Yeah, this is our B. Our C is getting filled, but just one of them. And then our A was filled. Our A needs, I think, more. Yeah, our A needs 4 and 4. It looks like. Maybe 5, honestly. Okay, now we should see our profits go up. Hey, interesting. We're making money. We're making money. I want to see by hour. This is definitely a slow burner map. Run it. Let's run it 4 times. And let's look at our demand stats. 24k, not bad. 3%. Interesting, interesting. Let's go workers. Click on this one. Where are we missing? Where are we missing along like a route we could follow? I think bringing the blue line up makes sense, and then they could transfer. There's also a rail line, it looks like right here I was missing. Oh wait, no, I wasn't missing, it's just a different route. Interesting. Over here, kind of missing some transfers. All of this housing right here, I need to figure out how to get a way to get over here. Not too bad though. This is just a hospital too. Interesting, interesting. Let's go back out of this view. Yeah. Acting weird. Acting weird again. There we go. What about downtown? How are we working on that? Okay, not bad. Making moves here. Probably keep extending it north. One more station up here. Just so spread out. It's not very dense. Not a very dense map. We don't really have much more money. I think keep extending this line south makes sense. There's just like little pockets, and then there's no demand loaded in. I'm gonna look real quick. Let's look on Google Maps real quick. And I can switch you guys over. Okay, we're in Boston. Let's go. Keeps reverting back to Boston. Liverpool. Is there really no one in this area? Where was that? Yeah, it was all of this. These are all just farms. Interesting. So we built a very similar line to this. We don't have this circle going on. We have it going to the hospital, which is right here. Royal Liverpool University. Interesting, okay. And then we have some of this going on. Our last stop is right here, I think. Or right here, Kirkdale. Oh, we have this station. And this continues on. Up here and up here. Interesting. And then Birkenhead, it follows, what road is this? Beckwith, kind of next to Beckwith. And then it goes kind of north and over here. Interesting, okay. Let's switch back to the gameplay. Okay, so if I play this map, kind of have somewhat of an idea. So I think I would need to figure out what to do here instead of maybe branching off here and then underground maybe having a turn. Not sure how that would work. Okay, A line, or was that C? At capacity. We're at 28,000. We're at 4%. That's not actually too bad with our initial budget. I'm sure if we kept extending down this way too. Seems like a lot of, yeah. If we can capture all of this, you know, that's what's important. But where are these people going? All over, okay. And these people are along a train line. So maybe, yeah, maybe they consider taking it. Right here, definitely. Okay, let's connect up to these two spots and then we'll call it an episode. So we have some workers over here. Oh, we have a lot of workers over here. I wonder if this must be a university. So let's do that. Let's extend this train line just a little bit further up into here. That makes sense to me. One sec. Why is it? My computer is like fan is freaking out. It's never done this before. Interesting. Why is it doing that? So let's have a station right on this dot. And we'll have it at grade. Or I guess it will be a little further back. And this will be our last kind of addition because I think my computer is not liking what I'm doing for whatever reason. And then we can have this duck underneath and rejoin the train line. And then let's go back to where was that? This one I was interested in. So let's put a station hub right here for these guys. Seems to be a good amount of demand right here. But we'll connect that one up with this one. Is there any demand in between these two? No, not really. We'll connect those two up. And then one more. And let's click on this last station. And we'll have, how about a station right here? That makes sense to me. Connect up these two. And then, oh, and that station deleted for whatever reason. So we'll replace that. And right there. Put this, bring this up. And I'm interested, is that at grade? Interesting. So it thinks this whole section's at grade. That's cool. Bring this, curve this around. Yeah, we're gonna need to work on that turn. That works better. This will just have to be elevated like that, and then a lot of this will have to be elevated. It looks like all of this can be at grade though. Save our limited money on our build. And then this will be an extension of that route we have, and then we'll call it a episode. Actually, let's build this way. I think it would be smarter. Yeah. And all of this, yeah, seems to need to be elevated. So what we can do is have this curve in, and we should get a nice snap right there. Yeah. Actually, I don't like that. Let's instead do that, and then we'll curve this in. Perfect. And then we'll have our blue line run up there. And maybe we'll have our green line connect in. We can reimagine this station. The station shouldn't cost too much. Just to build it. And then we can reposition it. I just want to see the impact it has. This is C, right? Yeah. Bring C up here. And let's just see how this changes our system. And we kind of stopped at the start of the day, so. Confirm, and we're gonna run one more train for the frequency. And is this a university? I wonder. Because it should tell us. Let's see. Maybe it's not. Not sure. All right, let's play it and see how that's working. And this one should be pretty close. I'm hoping that people will take this one. It seems like they are, yeah. Oh, interesting. So instead of driving, they're taking the A line and then taking... Oh, cool. That's nice. And I want to watch this one. Okay, so we already changed this people. They're just going to the airport. That's great. What about this big... Okay, we're starting to get some... Already 7% to this new location. That's nice. Okay, so this is a big demand bubble. I'll try to remember in the future. It seems around the area too. Some spokes we can make along the highway right here. Into it. Yeah. Further beyond, following this highway too. Or maybe this train line, it looks like. Stop right there, maybe. Stop in between these two. I don't know. Our B is at capacity. Do we just send another one? That's fine. Our A is, what is that, C? Our C is much longer now, so that's what I want to be careful of. It's filling up. Let's add one more train. Hope frequency there. What about our A? What's our A looking like? Not bad. Maybe we have too many. No, it's fine. B needs one more. Maybe not. I think, where is it? These are kind of empty. Where are these empty? Okay. Interesting. Okay, so that was, let's end this 4th day. We're at almost 5%. You forgot to select a stop. On the C line, where did oh yeah, I did, you're right. Thank you. Thanks for that. Should help out. I think that's where I was put one specific station too. Okay, we're already at 5%. That's pretty good. For basically our initial 3, like we didn't even use our initial 3 billion. Let's see how much have we spent actually, because we can see. You can go all time and then look at total expenses 2.6 billion. That might be the most efficient 2.6 billion I've used in this game. I mean, the ridership is only 36, but it's 5% of the map, so that's pretty good. Of the transit usage of the map. It's almost already beating walking, which is pretty good. This map does seem kind of difficult with, I think maybe just reusing some of the right-of-ways would make sense. Don't want to overbuild. Want to make the smart decisions. Maybe one right here. I might look at my Boston and look at what percentage we were getting there. Anyway. Anything you guys want to see before I wrap it up? Kind of slowing down, if I'm going to be honest. Thank you, everyone. KKD, Berliner, William, Matthias. Who else was in here? Forge, I know, was in here for a little bit. Let's see if anyone else, I forgot. Malo was in here. George was in here. Remember that? Started this stream. Zachary, I don't know if Zachary's still in here. Jay was in here. Daniel. Yeah, let's wrap it up. I'm a little tired today. Next stream, hopefully Saturday. Probably a little earlier, so more people can jump in if they'd want. Yeah, let me know what you guys want to see for that live stream. Either continue playing this map or a different map. Hopefully 2 videos, Tuesday London, new London video, and then Saturday morning before the live stream, hopefully a new video too. Or maybe Sunday for that day. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. Thanks for joining. Hope you guys all have a good one. And happy holidays. See ya.